everyone, welcome back to my channel. My name is Connie and I create Christian content. And if you guys are interested in today's topic, please keep on watching. So guys, today I want to give you guys a story time, but at the same time it's just something I know will speak to a lot of you guys because I had encountered a counterfeit just last year. It was during quarantine, and I remember I had made a list years ago about how I wanted the person that I wanted for myself to be like. All the characteristics I put, I want him to be this tall, I wanted him to have dark hair, I want him to be funny, and I just put like everything, even to down to the personality. And I remember as the years passed, I just felt like I kept adding more and more things to it. But last year I was just like I just kept telling myself like, oh, I'm ready to date. And once the pandemic happened, I was just like, there's no way I'm gonna date anyone during this lockdown. Like, it's just not like meant to be. So I remember, guys, usually I like meeting people in person, okay? Like, I feel like that's like the best way you get to know somebody more like that than through social media. Like, I don't like meeting people through social media, but at this point I'm just kind of like, God has a mysterious way to just make people meet each other, and I just don't know. It's just like, it's up to him now. So me, like, I'm not the type of person that likes to meet people online. I just feel like it doesn't feel that personal. You don't really like know somebody's personality and stuff like that. And so I remember I was on Instagram. I'm really private, and I don't really like adding random people. But I remember I had a mutual friend, and with some guy that sent me like a friend request and stuff like that. And when I was seeing through his pictures and stuff like that, I was just like, oh my god, like, he has everything I put in my list. I was just like, like, he looks like this, like that. And then, like, as I started to get to know him, because he like messaged me, and he was really respectful. He was really like, like, into learning more about God, but at the same time he gave off this thing, like he knew about God, or like he was a Christian. But later on I found out he was not at all. And I remember I was just like, oh my god, he has the personality, he has the looks, blah blah blah, so I was just like praying about it. But I was just like, okay, like, I'm gonna try this out. I feel like this is from God. And I was right away just like to myself, like, this is from God, this is what I asked for, da 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 da. He seems respectful, he seems like, into getting to be closer with God, and like, walk by my side, and like do ministry and whatever. And I remember as I started getting to know him more and more, keep in mind, I haven't even gotten to know him, I haven't even met him in person. Yeah. And I remember, like, he already was just giving me so many red flags. Like, he just seemed, for me, he seemed very, like, vindictive, like, if I took long to message him back, or just anything that kind of bothered him, like, I could tell right away he would try to do it back to me on purpose, to just, like, get back at me, or make me, or he had told me, like, oh, like, I was just trying to do it to you to see how you felt or whatever. And I was just like, that is messed up. Like, that is not, like, to me, I was just like, guys, I was seeing so many red flags, and I just felt like I kept ignoring them, because I just felt like, like, he was what my list had. Like, like, what else could I ask for? And I remember I was telling my mom about it, and she just kept telling me to pray about it, and blah blah blah. So after a while, I remember my mom, she told me to really pray about it, because she had a dream that there was some little like spirit laying in bed next to me, and she said it just looked like it was just like somebody trying to be something they're not, because they had a covering over them, like a white covering. And I was just like, okay, that's creepy, like I don't know. And I kept praying about it to myself because I just felt like I just wanted more confirmation. I kept seeing the red flags, but I was just like, I don't know why I wasn't like listening to them, you know. And it was the list, you guys, it was the list that was like screwing me up. But anyways, so I remember I just kept getting red flags. Like I remember I would go out to hang out with my sister, we would go to work out, and I just remember he would just like do things that would like hurt my feelings. And I just remember like the rest of the day I would feel hurt, and like it would ruin it. Like it's just like my mind was just distracted by that. And I just felt like guys, I was like, bro, I haven't even met him once in person, and I'm already feeling like all these red flags. I kept getting hurt, like, and I was just like, what is this, you know? And then I remember I just started praying about it because I just felt like this is not normal. So I remember I prayed about it, and this is the goodness of God. When you go to him, when you pray, when you ask him, he will give you confirmation, you know. Like I felt like he kept giving me red flags and speaking to me through my mom, and then he started speaking to me, and I was just, it's just about like listening to the Holy Spirit, you know. Like the Holy Spirit, he's always here to protect us and warn us, and I just felt like red flag. He was saying red flag, and I was just like, on my list, you know. That I was the one that was like not wanting to see it, you know. But so I met him in person, and in person he just seemed really like nice. But prior to meeting him in person, he was being so rude. He was ignoring me all morning, and I just wanted to go through with it, just that one date. But I was already just like not into it, like because of the way he was being. So I was just kind of like, I'm just gonna, you know, when you're just like, I'm just gonna go to be nice, and then that's it, you know. But he was super nice and all that in person. But guys, he was like nothing like he was how he looked on Instagram. He didn't like, he was an attractive guy, but he was nothing like how he looked on his picture. So I was just like, what the heck? I felt like that was another confirmation to me, like, girl, you know. So I remember after I was just I just felt whatever about it. Like I didn't feel no spark or anything in person, so I was just like, you have to let that go. And plus, guys, I don't know if I mentioned, like I've been a youth leader for a year or something. So I remember I was always trying to be focused on reading my word and just getting into doing lessons for them, and just doing more. Like I was teaching on social media during the pandemic to my friends. So I felt like when I met him, I was really being distracted by it, and I just knew that it was a distraction. And I remember one time God gave me this dream where I saw the guy in my dream, and I remember I wanted to go and hug him. Like I was going towards to hug him, and then I noticed this giant, like tarantula looking spider, like giant, like on his chest. It was just laying there. And when I was gonna go towards hugging him, I saw it and I got scared, like like I can't get near him, like that spider's gonna hurt me, you know. So I remember then in the dream, the guy looked at me, and it looked really dark in that room. And I remember he looked at me and he was telling me, Connie, your eye. And I was like, in the dream I was like, what about my eye? And I remember he told me, like, are you okay? It looks like you're losing your vision in one of your eyes. And I remember I was like, why? Like I got scared. Like I know in real life I would act like that, but I was just like, why? Like what? And I got scared, and I remember I immediately got up and I went towards the mirror. And then when I went towards the mirror and I looked at myself, I noticed like one of my eyes, it was turning gray. And I know like sometimes people when they do lose their vision, their eye gets like this like grayed out or something, and I got so scared, and I was just like, oh my god, I'm losing my vision, I'm losing my vision. And I woke up and I was so scared. I started praying, and I felt like right away the Holy Spirit was just telling me, like, this person is not for you, like, you're gonna get hurt. I was already getting hurt, and I wasn't even like, like officially dating him or anything. And I remember the eye thing, I was losing my focus on the vision, on my purpose, on my calling, and it was a distraction. And I was like, and I just knew it was just like, this was this is the this is what I want to tell you guys right now. Like, it's okay, I guess, to make a list and all that, but I feel like what God taught me through this is that He knows better what would be good for us. He knows best who would be good for us. And I know a lot of people sometimes say, like, oh, the person that God has for you is not going to look anything like what you expect or whatever. But, guys, God knows best. He's not going to give us something where we're going to be like, oh, like, I don't like it. Like, what do I have to force myself to like it? No, like, He knows best, When we meet that person, we are going to be interested. We are, like, God knows the future. He knows who is good for us, So what I learned, I felt like I learned a huge lesson with this. I remember I threw away my list because I felt like this person had everything I wrote on the list, to personality wise, to kind of like looks and stuff, but I felt disappointed. Like, it was just not for me. It was not something like that. I was not happy, like, he was an attractive person, but I just felt like it was just not it, and it was just like an appearance. Like, I felt like it was a counterfeit because he would put off a lot of stuff on social media, like, like about God and just verses and posts, but that comes to show, which is why I say I don't really like meeting people on social media, that people could really say anything. Sorry. And they're really just, actions speak louder than words. Actions speak louder than posts or anything, like, and I was just like, I'm sorry, God, like, I learned my lesson, like, and I just knew it wasn't also kind of my time, because it's just, I was really, really, like, getting already into my calling and like all these things, and I just knew there was no time for distractions. If it was like the right person will push you, to go forward with it, and they'll be by your side and all that stuff, guys. So I just encourage you guys to just, ask the Holy Spirit to guide you, to give you those warning signs, and to not let you fall for them, and just, because you could get hurt. I was a little like disappointed and hurt, but since I knew, I just right away before meeting him, I just knew it was just not it. It was just not the one, and I kind of felt peace at it. That's why sometimes we have to be careful, because when we go through with it for too long, that is when we can get really hurt, and it could take us a while to get over it. But guys, the Holy Spirit always watches over us. He gives us those signs, and it's just up to us to listen to them, because He protects us. He helps us before we just make a mistake, get hurt, and fall into something that's not good for us, guys. So yeah, that's my little mini story of how I fall for a counterfeit, kind of, and the Holy Spirit kind of kept warning me, and yeah, I threw away that list because I was just kind of like, I don't know what I want. God, you know what I want. Like, I know He knows my thoughts and my prayers and everything like that. He knows your prayers. He knows what you want. He knows what you're into, and God is gonna exceed your expectations, guys. Don't worry about it too much. Just focus on you. Be like Ruth and focus on your calling, and God will bring the right person in the right time, guys. Okay, timing is everything with God. God's timing is perfect. I know you hear that a lot, but it's true, guys. It's true. So anyways, I hope you enjoyed this little story time. Kind of like, I hope you guys learn from it and just like understand that God's time is perfect, and He knows what's best for His children, His daughters. And yeah, guys, so I hope you enjoyed this little video, and if you guys are interested in watching more Christian based content, please Like, comment, subscribe, please. I really appreciate the ones that have subscribed and like my videos, because I honestly haven't really shared with family or friends that I have a channel, because I don't really have that much support from people. Sadly, I don't know why it's always like people closest to you are your biggest critics and doubters, but my mom, my siblings, they're my biggest supporters, so I'm blessed, and I'm so thankful for you guys that have supported me. And if you guys have any video suggestions, let me know, and I will pray to God about it, and I will, answer to you guys. So yeah, guys, blessings, and I hope you enjoyed this video and learned something.